What is a class? What is the object that we discussed in the previous classes. Now we'll start with the Salesforce development part. In Salesforce development, first we should require a Visual Force and Apex program, where you will require a VF. You see at Salesforce development in two languages, Visual Force and Apex languages. The Visual Force is for the view level, how to design the web pages. For designing a web page, we go for Visual Force. For business logic, let's use Apex language. For database programming, we'll go for Salesforce. Salesforce is what? A model level. It's a model and view controller. It follows MEC design pattern. In the Salesforce is our database, and Apex is a language for writing a programming. What if loops, all that if you want to write connecting to database, that all comes in Apex. The Visual Force for presentation level, that's called presentation. So Visual Force is used how to present the data and how to process the data in Apex, and Salesforce is how to store the data. How to present the data at the browser side, we use the language what? Visual Force. How to process your data, that comes in Apex. And then go for how to store, in which format I need to store, as in a Salesforce. So log into our username. So whichever username you create some ID, it can be like this, something. Then I write the program. So I want to write a program. So you write, once log into our ID, go to developer console where you write the programs. Developer console, you write the programs. This is a developer console. This is an editor where you write the programs. Write file, the new Visual Force page. Write any program, file, menu, new VF page. So write VF test VF U1. So where I can write the page. So it starts our explain page. I can write whatever you want, but of course. And save it. Once save it, it says the VFP, and you are saving this program under your ID. Under your ID 730T folder, VF1 program has been saved. Let's check it. It's the program is saved under your ID, Salesforce ID. Go for develop VF pages. Under the VF pages. In the VF page, now we created our ID VF1. Our VF1 ID is created. You can delete the VF1 IDs. All my VF program Apex classes are stored under your ID. Under your ID, your pages has been saved. So how to connect this ID means go to username, developer console, and go to developer console. I can access our program. So how to access and how to write a program means, so file, open, go file menu, open, go to the page. It's a VF page. So VF1, VFT, select VFT. It's a one, VF test 1. VF test 1. I want to run this. Once you click save, it stores under our ID. It stores this data where under our Salesforce ID. Under our Salesforce ID it saves. Now I need to run this. So file, so click preview. When you click preview, it opens in the browser. You click preview, it opens in the browser. You are able to hear? Please mute. So once I save that file and I want to run the program, click preview, I can see the output. That's the Salesforce Cloud Computing. So what are you type? Open in the developer console, file menu, new VF page. I'm designing the VF page for designing the page. Visual Force page. VF. I want to require buttons, labels like that. Sir. So go to Apex, file menu, new VF page. You click name something you can use Apex colon page. Default you will get the tag and you have written something to run. Control S saves as a .vfp page and save. It's a Control S to save the page. Save the page. To run the VF page. How to run the VF page? Click preview button. When you click the preview button, let's click preview button. What are you written? Click preview, it opens in the browser. It opens in a separate window and shows an output. And click preview. It opens in the browser. Okay. Click preview, preview button. Opens a new tab and we have compiles our VF page and displays it. Preview means it compiles our program and displays an output. Now, I want to display output like this. A button like this. Enter name, enter password, the required button. In this format I require a submit button where I need to take an input. I require an input. The password I require like this. Require a button. This is a button. I need to design this web page. So to design this web page, so usually what we'll do means we close this. We are opening an ID. Click this developer console. Selecting the developer console. When you click developer console, it opens in a separate window. It's opening in a separate window. When it's open separate window, I want to write a file. We have one written. When you click preview, it opens in the window a separate tab. It displays an output. What I suggest means when you open the developer console, copy this URL, open that editor URL in the same window. So we have developer console is there and our output window is there. Both I can see in the same window. Earlier it was in separate windows. Developer console is a separate window, output I am seeing in the separate window. So instead of that, developer console you open here, you do some changes and click save. It refreshes our page here automatically. When you click preview, if you do some changes here, click save, Control S. When save, it saves under our ID and refresh that page output. I'm saying that output. What you're doing means you open developer console. When you open developer console, copy this URL, paste in the current window. Developer console is opening everything in the browser only. AP1 server. It's an Asia Pacific server. Now click preview. It opens in the current window as a separate tab. It opens in a separate tab. I can create a new tab again. I can write the program. Now my requirement is I want to write a program, enter name, enter password, and require a button. I want to design a page, a view page with a label, with the input text and the buttons I require. So how to write a program? I require output text, apex colon, output text, apex colon, output text, value, enter name, and enter. Same, apex colon, input text, enter. The input box will display. Next. So apex colon, output text. So you are getting, if any error, you will get the problems here. Must occur in a tag. That means when you write in the output text and input text, you should write in a form tag. You have to place a container. In the container only you have to place button labels like this. So you write for apex colon form. Save it. No, it's a problem. We don't find any error. Apex colon output text, input text, right? Apex colon output text, value, enter password. Apex colon input text. I require a button. Apex colon command button, value equal to save. Once saved, I can display the output but with the output text, input box, output text, input box like that. Click preview. It opens a separate tab, displays output, enter name, enter password, submit. Fine. I want to display that displaying in a single tag. All are displaying in instead of displaying in a single tag, I want to display in a separate box. Sections I want to display sections. And at that time we write apex colon page block. Let's say we place in a page block. We place in a page block. In a page block again we have page block section. Page block section. This page block section. Page block. I can give block 1. Title something. Title. Block 1. Section. Title. Section 1. You can write any number of sections. Page block section. Apex colon page block section. Title section. In section 2 I place buttons. Page block. New user tools page. New. It's a VF3 page where I am displaying the data and see the output. Let's say preview. I display my data in a sections. Page block, enter name, enter password, command button, like this. So we are designing the page. How we design? The developer console. Earlier we have written what? We have not written any blocks. When you don't write any blocks, how it displays an output. It displays in a single row. When you write, I don't have any blocks. When you don't write any blocks. So output text. Output text means how you want to display the label like this. Input box, it's an input text. Output text, enter name, input text. Command button. A command button, what value and display? Like value equal to submit. When you click the button, it is submit button. Output text. You design the page how? Output text, value enter name, input text. It's an input text for input box. Input text. That's again output text. We learn all these tags. Output text the message, and then we have command button. Apex colon command button. So this displays output in a single line. And apex form, it's an apex form is tag you have taken no? As in a container. It acts as in a container. Apex form acts as in a container, where I can place my output text, input text like this. An input text as an input box to enter value. I want to enter the value, look at this input text. Command button as in a button. They are taken as a button. Control S, it opens in a new tab. When you Control S saves it, executes VF page. Click preview. Executes VF page. And you click preview button. Click preview button, it opens out window. This Control X saves. Saves. VF page. So my output here currently is displaying output where in this format. Enter name, but are displaying in a single row. Displays output in a single line. Now I'm displaying a separate sections. Then you create page blocks. You created a page blocks how? Go to developer console. You have created a page block. In the page block you have page block section. The page block section. The multiple page block sections you can place it. Save it. Click preview. And you get the output. Click on page block section like this. This is page block. A page block. Layout. Page block section. It's one page block section. There's one more page. I can have any number of page block sections. This is one page block section. Wait, whatever tags we placed as a separate sections we placed it. And when placing page block sections, and I will show it that. See here, when you see this page block, it sees an output. It displays page block sections like this. And I don't want the top and the sidebar. The top and sidebar I don't want. Then you can write show header false. Show header equal to false. When you write show header false, save it. As it's already opened the page, it refreshes at it. As it's already opened, it refreshes. There is no header part. It removes the header part. If you want sidebar has to remove. Sidebar false. Enter. And first table I said, don't see the keyboard. All the words it's coming at it. IntelliSense is there. IntelliSense is that no need to search for the keys. When you type side, S-I-D, side, yes. So when it is selected, enter. Options, true or false. Yep. Enter. The values are coming automatically. These are editors. Editor is providing all this functionality. Editor is giving all this functionality. And save it. As it is saved, it refreshes automatically our page. There is no sidebar. If we don't want show header path, use show header once. Save. You don't have any header path on the side. For the keyboard. Sidebar equal to false. When you write sidebar equal to false, show that not to display sidebar and header set to false. In page block and page block section to arrange VF elements. To arrange VF elements, we go for page block and page block sections. So I designed the page bar, a page, a sidebar, page block. I need to place all my controls. I need to place my controls, command button, text boxes, and output text. Then we go for page block sections. So how we design that? So while typing, you type one by one, checking like this: file, new, VF page, VF P4. How you write? I want output text, input text, all. Where have to place all the text? If you write directly, apex colon output text, value, enter, save. When you click enter name, so it's showing an output. It's giving an error. Let's say when you go for, let's say, that's input text, apex colon input text, save. It gives an error. See, it must enter between the tags. Enter within the tag means what? You require form. You require a form tag. So write a form tag. Apex colon form. Enter. So end tag is there. Cut it. Paste. Inside. And click preview. It opens in the separate tab. So click preview. Enter. I don't want sidebar. So like that you can check. Line by line you save it. Sidebar false. Save. Once save it, it refreshes the page automatically. It refreshes the page automatically. Save. Shows now. I want the separate sections. For that we read page block. Text colon page block. And with that, I can place this page block as a separate page block section. Text colon page block section. Page block section. Page block section gives some title. Section 1. Let's say it displays a page block. Title block 1. Block 1. Save. Block title block 1. Section 1. You see, it's a block 1. Section 1, enter name with a label and the input box and display. Block 1, enter the label. So I can design, I can create one more section, I can place this apex colon. Don't type continuously. You are getting IntelliSense automatically. Decide whichever you want. Output text, enter output text. Check value, section 2, Apex colon input text. Require command button. You take command button separate section. Apex colon create block section. Section. Require command button. Apex colon command button. Value equal to so like that you write the program. And save it and check it one by one. Not one section. That's the way you write it. Page block, form, the taken form tag, then the form tag on page. Now, enter data on the standard object account. Let's see, for example, go for account table. This in Salesforce account is a standard table. Salesforce account is in a standard table. I want to save the record onto account table. And click new. Account is what? Standard table. Where I give account name. Run this program. I given phone number. I given city. Save it. It's saying the record. On account table, I am saying the record. What I am saying? Name, phone number, city, all I am saying the record. This page, this is an Visualforce page. I need to design in the same format. This page is designed in the Visualforce. How it has been designed? We should have a knowledge. Before going to the custom Visualforces, first you should know how the existing page looks, what programming knowledge we require like this. So I need to design the same page where when I give the name, I click save, the save button, it saves in the record. Like that I want to design the page. So what is the table name? Account table. What are the fields? What are the field names I want? So shortcut view fields. Go for account table and click view page. I can say what are the list of field names. What are the field names? The standard field label, field name, data type. Account name is there. See account name. What is the name I am using? Name. Phone number. Account. Phone. City, a building city in address. So we have the label, name, data type, industry. Industry is what? Label, industry. Okay. So we should know what is the table name, what are the field labels, what is the field names. Is it? So to know that, enter data into standard object account, account tab click new. Select account tab click new. Name Raju, phone again. Saves record onto Salesforce account object. This format I need to design. I need to design in the same format. So to communicate VF to Salesforce object, I want to communicate with the Salesforce object. So first we should know what is the field names, what is the label names. So we should know field names and the label names. So account tab shortcut the view fields. Label is account name, the field name is name. That's the data type. How we know the labels, field names? Go to particular object. Let's see. Account is a what? Standard table. Click on account tab. Quick access. I can know the field names. Go to account tab. Quick access. View fields. What is the label? What is the field name? What's the data type? That we have identified. Account name is a label. Field name is a name. So in our program we should use what? Name, phone, industry, building city. Labels is a displaying. and its data type. While communicating from VF to Salesforce, I have to use field names. I have to use field names. Now I need to design the page. I need to design the VF page. Now how the page looks now here when I click new, the same format I need to design the VF page with the labels, buttons, input boxes like this. Got it? Now how to write a program? Go to developer console, file, new, VF page. File, new, VF page. Black slash is end of the tag. It's an end of the tag. It's in a single tag, and the tag is there. We'll have different types of tags. We'll use it. We have different types of tags are there. We'll use it. First, understand the concept, how to communicate. Tags, learning the different tags, it's very easy now. First, understand the concept, how to write a program, how to execute it. That's all. Now I want to design the page. In this format, I need to design the page. This page I need to design with name, phone, city, industry like this. So go to developer console, file, a new VF page, VF1. File, VF page, VFI1. Next. So when I want to place output text, input text, what is required? Form. I require form. I require a form, no? So like this. Text colon form. In the form, you have to place all these things. My VF page should communicate with which table? Account table. See my page. As earlier I placed the page. So whatever earlier program. When you run this program, displaying output, enter name, click submit. It's no action. Enter values, it's no action. So we design only the page, that's all. Whatever values you enter, where I need to pass, when I click the button, what I need to do, that we are not specifying. Just we design the page with output text, input text, with output and input and button, that's all. But we are not done any operations. We have not done any actions. What has to be, whatever values you enter, where I need to pass it. When I click the button, what should be done? That operations we are not specifying. To specify that means you are writing this. My VF page should communicate with which table? Account table. So far that you write standard controller. Don't type completely like standard controller. SDND. Don't type like this. People will be searching on the keyboard, it is displaying. So don't search like this. It's coming automatically, enter. What is the table name? Account. So account name you have to type it. It won't come. Next releases may come table names also. Earlier it's not coming. In the 6 months back, we are not getting these names also. The attribute names are not coming. Any new versions, it's coming automatically. Now table names also I need to type it down. My VF page is communicating with which table? Account table. It may be standard table or custom table. Tomorrow I'll create how to create a custom table. How to create a custom table tomorrow. Now we are having account table. In the account table, it's an account table. How this account table looks? It's a standard table, no? Go to account table. Next, I need to design the page. To design the page, what required? Page block I have taken. Page block. The page block what you require? Page block section. Page block section. Thank you. entry data. The page block section, I'm taking entry data. I want to enter the data. So to enter the data, what you require? So first display the apex colon, output text, enter, and I require apex colon input text. So you are doing this output text and again you are writing input text. Instead of that, you can write in a single tag. Apex colon input field. Output text means output box, input box you can. And go for input field. Input field. Apex colon input field. Input field value equal to my input field should communicate with which table? Account. Exclamation account dot name. Earlier we designed the page, no? This input box has no binding. Taken only input text, you enter the value, it will be like that only. But my input text, whatever value entered, should pass to the where account table which field name. Earlier program just I given enter name input text, that's all. But whatever value in the input box, it's not binding to anywhere. It's not binding to anywhere. To bind your input box with your account table name field, then write input field. When write input field, it binds your input box with account table. Whatever value entered, just communicated with the input field. Earlier when you write like this, just an input. Check it. And click preview. Then enter name. It's an enter name input box. But it's saying giving sense a value is there. When you go for input field, it has three operations is performing. When you take input field, it's displaying what label account. As per the field is there now, which field? Name field, account dot name field. Account dot name is a field. For that field there is a correspondingly label will be there. For every input box there is a corresponding label is there. You have seen that. Field name label. Field name label. That label is coming automatically. That label is coming automatically when I use input. When I use input field, label is coming automatically. And whatever, and it displaying as an input box. Whatever I've taken input box, that value is binded to name. It's binded to name. So, which is the best? Don't use output text, input text. If you want to bind your input box to any database, account table database, then go for input field. Similarly, apex colon input field. What is another field? Value equal to double quotation, flavor bracket. Flavor bracket exclamation. Flavor bracket means dynamic. Flavor bracket means dynamic. It's a flavor bracket dynamic variable. Exclamation means variable. A dynamic variable. What variable? In account table dot code. So automatically the label displays phone, input box is created, and input box is binded to phone. Let's say phone name, police. Same billing city. Okay. Account dot billing city. So, account dot industry. Set. Then save that and displays an output. Account name, code, billings, and see industry values also coming at. Since our input box, whatever input field I have taken now, input field value equal to account dot industry. It's in account table how industry is coming. The same our field also displaying the list of values. So I designed a page with input field, name, phone, city. When you click save, so I save it and click preview, a page has been designed. Page has finished. You are entering the value. I'm not entering the values. I'm entering the values. How to do that is the next program. Whatever value entered, it's a phone, city, so now when I click the button here, I should save this record onto where? Account table. My value should save onto account table. For that, I require again a button. Apex colon command button value equal to something a name submit. When I click button, it has no action. Now click it's a submit. It means only a message only displays. Displays only button, but values will not pass. Whatever value entered, the value, it will not pass. You enter the values and they are binded. My form, my Visual Force page with the labels, with the input boxes, all are there. Now it is binded to your account table. How it is binded? As I given standard controller equal to account. My VF page has been binded to standard account table. When I click the button, I require an action. Action. What I need to do action? I need to save the values. Whatever input boxes are binded to database fields, I need to save the record. Save it. It saves the record. It's a standard function. Same means it saves the record automatically. So whatever value entered, save, submit. It saves the record automatically. So I designed the page. The values are binded to account table, and it's saying the record automatically. Now check it in account table also. Kumar, Hyderabad, phone, industry aspiration. Say no on the record. So like this we design the page. The input field, the purpose of input field is what? It displays video. It displays the label, input boxes, and whatever value entered, it binds to our table. Which table? As I given which table? Account. My page is communicated, my VF page is communicated with the which table? Account table. My input box is binded to account dot name field. It binded to account dot name field. Phone, city, industry. So done. First, we should know what are the field labels, what are field names. So how to know means account tabs, quick access, field name shall have this. Now here, Apex colon page standard controller equal to account. What does it mean? Standard controller. And require a form tag, require a form, page block section. So if I use output text enter account name, it's only output box, input box and display, but it's not binding. To bind that we have taken what? Input field. We have taken input field. Name, phone, industry, and button you have taken command button, action equal to save. Next. Here Apex colon page standard controller account sidebar equals. Standard controller refers to any object. Refers to any object. It may be custom or it may be standard objects. It refers to any object. Account table, leads table, campaign table, cases table, any table I can comment. You can comment with custom table also. That's an employee table, student table. Tomorrow you create custom table. Input field value equal to account dot industry. When you write like this, input field is used to bind input text with an account. What is this flavor bracket? Flavor bracket represents what? Dynamic. Exclamation variable. Account is what? Object. That's in our table. To which table I want to communicate? Industry. Which way? Industry. It's binding to account to table, industry field. From there the values are coming automatically. So what happening? It displays the field label, it displays the input box, binds to industry field, and binds to field data type also. So it's binding to field data type. And binds to validation rules, name field is mandatory. So here, let's see, it's a mandate, it's coming automatically. Why in database it's a mandatory. We are not done anything. Just it connects to the table. As per the table, what are the values are there? It's coming automatically. As per the table in the account table, field name is mandatory. It's coming. So all displays the field label, account name, billing city like it's coming. It displays input box, industry field, field data type, valuation, all are displayed. Apex colon command button value equal to save, action equal to save. As you are given action equal to save, the save means what? Action equal to save. It displays command button, action depends what to perform. Command button, when you click command button, what are standard function to save values which are binded to. So whatever you design the fields, these are all fields, input boxes. You given these values and these values are communicated with our table. When I click this button, what actions to be performed are given? And this save is in a standard function where it saves the record automatically. It saves the record automatically. It's very easy now. When you go for another technologies in Java.NET, you have to design the page. First you design the page. Open database connectivity. Values to pass to the database fields. Again click the button. All this big program you have to write it when you write in Java.NET. But here, just you design the page. It's connecting to database. No database connectivity. You enter the values. Whatever values you entered, it's connecting to database fields. When you click the button, it's set. A simple way of writing the program. In Java, first you design. You write database connectivity. Whatever values you enter, that value should pass to where? To database. When you click the button, what actions should be performed? So this is, I am saying the record onto where? Account table. Saying the record onto account table as well. Standard controller. I can save. How we can write it? File, new, VF page, VF. See, the visual force is what? Visual force introduction. So Salesforce developed in two languages, VF and Apex and Java. They use some C language also they used. VF is an HTML based and follows MVC design pattern. It's a visual force, Apex, design force. Whatever we see visual force is in a presentation part. It's only presentation area. And our Apex is in a business logic. It's our business logic. And the Salesforce is the model. So how to present the data? It's nothing but a visual force. How to present, how to process the data, and how to store the data. It's a Salesforce. So first log into our ID. So we log into our ID, visual force, file new, write VF page. Write first VF page. When you write this page and save it, and I'm getting output directly. Right, VF page, getting the page. Saves the record. To run the VF page, click preview button. It's an output. So I want to write the buttons labels like this. Then go for output text, input text, output text, input text. So displays output label on the input boxes. Click preview. I am displaying in a single line. Then I have written the output in a single line. I want to display the separate. The required page block section. In a page block section, output text, input text. When you run this output, displaying. So whatever value entered, submit, it's no action. Since you designed the page with output text, input text, the buttons you give. You are giving only the values. You are giving the values to the input boxes. Just you are given the input values. Then go for VF4. I designed the page block section, output, input text. Page block section, it requires a command button. So what happened here? I am displaying in a page block sections. Finally, whatever values you entered should bind to our table. For that we go for standard. I want save the record on the account table means go for standard control account. Similarly, I want save the record onto lead table. Lead is a standard table. Then you click new. Last name, company, phone number, city. These are all the fields. I want to save the record onto lead table. So to know the lead table fields, what? Quick access, view fields. Quick access, view fields. So you can go to field names. So I want to design the page in the lead table. How? File new, VF page. So how connect our VF page should communicate with database means standard controller. To place tags, what you require Apex colon off. Like that you should. And we require page block Apex colon page block. And page block contains what? Page block sections. Apex colon page block section. In page block section, I want to enter the values. To enter the values, what you take? Input text or input field? When you take input field, it binds your field to database. You take Apex colon input field value equal to what is a field name. So curly bracket exclamation is what? Dynamic variable lead dot last name. What is a lead table? Another field lead dot company, lead dot phone. These are the field names in the lead table. Lead dot city. You take command button to save the record. Apex colon command button value equal to something your message what you want action cloud bracket exclamation. Let's save it. So I designed the page where I am to save the record. So click preview. So lead, last name, company, phone number, city. So I give the last name, company, phone number, city. Right. Submit. It saves the record and the lead table. So check it in the lead table if you want. In the lead table, if you find our record, so company, phone, city. This is the way you are designing the page. So design the page. How to communicate Visual Force to Salesforce account object. Similarly, so we have labels, buttons. How to save record from Visual Force to Salesforce lead object. Same you have to take standard controller, page block section. Now take input fields. Lead dot last name, company, phone, city, and then you have taken action equal to done. It's a program how to design the page. This program is how to save the record. Next, take 5 minutes break. We will discuss about how to retrieve the data. How to present the data from account table to Visual Force. So when I click account table, I am displaying the records now. You can go for lead table, I am displaying the records. In the same format, I want to display the records in my VM page. How to retrieve the records from Salesforce database to VM page. Done? Take 5 minutes, we'll continue. Any doubts? Take 5 minutes break, we'll continue. Any doubts? Yes. To go for a developer console, where I am saving the record. This is I am saying that when I go for account table, how you save the record, like this I am saying. Now I want to display the record. Go for account table or lead table. In account table, tomorrow we don't have class. Saturday, Sunday we don't have class. When you click new, we have a new batch from tomorrow starting integration batch. Saturday, Sunday we have integration, advanced admin, advanced development. That all comes Saturday, Sundays. This 3-4 weekends integration. Next month we have advanced admin, where we discuss four live projects. Live projects, how they are working, what type of problems you face. When you are going an experience level, your project-oriented exposure is required. That 1 month for advanced admin, and 1 month for advanced development. Whatever discussing is Salesforce admin development, earlier fresher people, experienced people can go. But now what happened? More competition now is coming. So they are asking advanced concepts. What type of problems you faced in the project? Please explain. Like they are asking architecture level others. So how do you want? You can suggest this. Now, so when you save the record, when you save the record in the account table, all the records, whatever the records you have named, all the records we have new object. Sorry, some triplets are there that are related. When I go for account table, click new, phone as well, and city. Save. The record has been saved. When I click save, you see each record has a record ID is there. A unique record ID is generated. For every record, a record ID is generated. Run this record, I click account, a new account is created. Whatever record you give phone number and save and save. Record ID is generated. Now I want to retrieve the record. Okay. Now design the view of page. I need to design the view of page. File, new, view of page. VF display. I want to display the record. To display the record, so whenever you want to communicate any page to any object, what you have to use? Standard controller. Go for standard controller. It may be account, leads, employee, any object, custom or standard. Apex page. Apex form. Take Apex form. Take Apex form. Here I design the page. Apex colon. Page block. I will display the record. Apex colon. Page block section. ID. Account name. Account details. Which account details? Account dot name details. I want this. I want to display particular accounts your details. How to display the record? I want to enter the value. To enter the value, what I am using? Input field. I want to retrieve the value. Output field. Input field is to enter the value. Output field is to retrieve the value. So you write Apex colon output field value equal to account dot name. Okay. Account dot name for I don't require any button here. I want to just display the record. When I want to save the record, I require a button. Click save button and it save the record. When you run this program, review. Are you getting the values? Why? So name, phone, city, I am not displaying the values. Why? So when you go for account.name, phone, city, which record I need to display? In account table hundreds of records are there, but which record I need to display? That we didn't specify. That way I have specify in my URL. In my URL you specify question mark ID equal to whichever ID you require, that ID you specify. So record ID equal to, for every account I said a record ID is there. Specify that record ID. pass that record ID at the URL. Enter. Then displays account name, code, city, industry. So to display the record, single record, it is a single. To display single record, at the URL I have specified what? Question mark ID equal to. I want to display one more record. Go to account table. I want to display run with record. Select that record ID. Pass that record ID at the URL. Paste here. I am displaying the record. Then we have the code industry. I am displaying the records. This program is to display how to display single record from Salesforce to VMH. Go to page standard controller equal to account. We have to specify the account page. So we have to use what? Output field. Account.name. So standard controller refers to any object. It refers to any object. Output field to retrieve value from account with the field name. So we have to specify Apex output to retrieve value from account. With then what is the field you specify? That field. So value or not. So here what is the result when you run this program? I am not displaying the output. Why I am not displaying the result is values are not displaying. I am not displaying the values. VF compiler cannot recognize which record to display. When you run this page, which record I need to display? It cannot run. For that, go to HTTP ID equal to space the record ID, and to display single record you need to pass record ID at the URL. So to specify particular record ID at the URL, you give ID equal to whichever ID. Now, how to display multiple records from Salesforce to VMH? This program is to display single record. So I am displaying single record. But my program is to display multiple records. In account table, hundreds of records are there. I want to display. Lead table, records are there. I want to display that records. Okay, how to display that? File, new, VMH. Display all. A program display. How to connect to the page? Standard controller. All these records I need to refer in a temporary memory. I want to retrieve all the records. Means account table has some 1000 records. I should not connect to the table directly. So I need to do all records has to store where in a temporary record set. So you take a record set variable. The property. Attribute what? Record set variable. All my account records are referring with the name something AX. Something name will be AX. I can give any name. That all account records are referring with the name what? AX. Right page block. Let's take from page block. Let's run page block. Page block section. Okay. Entry section. That's it. Display. How to display all the records? If it is a single record, directly use output field. But I want to display all the records. Then to display all the records, we use a tag apex colon page block table. Apex colon page block table. I want to display list of records as in a table-like structure. Page block table. Page block table. A page block table, I want to display all the records. So page block table requires two attributes, value and each record. Value represents the source where all my records are existing. Value represents the records. I want to display records in a table. So for this table, where records are existing, all my records are referring with what? AREX. That you have to specify here, AREX. Bracket, exclamation, AREX. So now my page block table is referring with all account records. My page block table is referring with all my account records. Now AREX, now if its account table has 10 records are containing the page block table. I want to display each record. To display each record, we take a variable attribute like name item. Something I can do any name item. Now I want to display the records. Page block table contains two attributes. Value is what? Source. Where is my list of records? And each record goes to where? Item. Record wise it goes. Now item contains apex colon. I want to display the values. Apex colon value equal to third bracket exclamation item dot id. So every record contains what? ID. Same. Every record contains what? Name. Value equal to item dot name. Every record contains when record has been created it. Apex column value equal to item dot created. Name, phone, million second. Then industry. I can specify whichever fields are there. When you say that my page block table, it displays all the list of records with ID, name, created date, phone and city address. Now click preview. ID, name, date, name, phone, city, industry, all are displayed. I am displaying displaying all account records. So how are you displaying? Record set variable AREX. My account table records are referring with the name what? AREX. That is the source. This technology we use anywhere. You go for Java, .NET, SAP, everyone use record setter. Directly we should not connect to the table. While retrieving the records, whenever you want to retrieve the records, we should not connect to the table directly. That records has to store in separate variable. You should store in a variable. From that variable, you have to process it. Why? Means that account table is blocked. The records are referring with AREX. Through that, a temporary variable, all my records are stored, and you have to process with that, and you have to display it. Why you should store in a temporary variable? If my page is connected to account table, I am retrieving, some other programs are adding the values. Which one I need to display? I connect to the account table. While connecting to account table, some other people are inserting the records. I need to display 100 records or inserted records also. So ambiguity comes there. So when you go for account, when you connect my program to account table, at that time 100 records are there, 100 records go there. That records only displays. That account records, I am taking the source. There is a source, value equal to source. The first record goes to item. The first record ID name. So first record ID, name, date, name, phone, city. The first record is displayed. Next, the page block table, it works as a for loop. This works as a for loop. It takes the second record again. Again second record goes to item. Again second record ID, name, date, phone, city displays. Again takes third record. Third record again displays. Like that, it repeats continuously until all records are displayed. All the records. That means AREX has all the fields. It contains all the fields. But I am displaying which fields you want, that fields have to specify. When I say AREX here, all account table records, all the fields are moved to where? AREX. But which fields I need to display, I have to specify the columns. Which columns I need to display? The column ID, name, date. So every record has an ID, a record ID. I said no, every record will have recorded the URL, name, date, name, everything in this place. Not everything. Name, phone, whatever record you want, that's you can display. So, to display list of records, we are using what? A page block table. So how it works means, standard controller account, in page block, a page block table. The page block table is to use for to display list of records where you have value and var. Value and var is there. So value and var. Apex column. It's an apex column. Whichever values ID, name, phone. ID, name, created date, all you can display. Standard controller account and record set AREX. Record set variable AREX is a temporary variable. AREX is a temporary variable. Holds all collection of records. Whatever records it is, that all records I am holding in AREX. Page block table value AREX var equal to item value. Page block table is used to display a list of records. I want to display a list of records. Go for page block table, which contains two attributes. Value. Value is the source which records to display. Value is what? It's a source. Value name must be similar to record set. So whatever name you are given now, this name. This AREX and this both must be same. AREX and this AREX both must be same. Whatever record set variable you are given, the same name must be there in the value. Value name must be similar to record set. Var contains current iteration record. When I repeat my page block table, each record goes to where? The current record. First record goes to item, second record goes to item, like that. One by one, each record goes to item, and each record which fields you want to display, that you have specified. Each record ID, name, phone, city, and its special. Yes. The column is used to display which column of the current record. Which record you want to display. Which column, apex column you are specifying now? In apex column, which record, each record, which column. That's an apex column. Page block table contains two attributes, value and var. The column refers to the current record. It refers to the current record. Similarly, I want to display lead table records. Account table is no, same on display lead table. So while displaying lead table, first we should know what? Field names. How we can know the field names? We went to lead table, quick access, view fields. What are the field label? Last name, company, like it's what I know. We click new. Last name, company, like I want to display the records. Okay. How to display that? Go to File, New, VF page. I am displaying the records. VF, VFL, discards. I am displaying list of lead records. My VF page should communicate with standard controller lead. Standard controller lead. Next. All records, lead records should refer it with some name. What name? Record set. I can use some name like ARX again, LX. To understand this again, LX, lead recs like this. That all records are referring with name LX temporarily. Next, take form. Take form. To display records in a format, Apex colon page block. Page block section, Apex colon page block section. I want to display list of records. Defects. To display all, what do you use? Page block table. Apex colon page block table. Page block table. It has two attributes, value. Should I write in clear bracket, exclamation. This name must be similar to else. The same name should be record set. Record set, whatever name is the same name. Else. And each record should store in a particular variable, var equal to, I can give any name, but each record has item. In LX has 20 records. The first record goes to item. The first record, what column I record? Apex column value equal to item dot id. Item dot id. Every record contains id, created date. These are common. Then city. Here we call city. In account. Next. You don't have industry here. Offset. Now I want to display the record. When you click preview, it displays ID, name, date, phone. All the records are set. Lead records are there. And displaying page block table with a list of records. Single record. If you want to display single record, you write output field. All records will go for page block. Okay. To display lead records, first you go for object name, lead. Understand what are the fields required. Last name, company, like this. You have taken standard controller, lead. Lead table. LREX. It's an LREX. And this should be similar to page block. So this page block table should be similar to this one. Page block table has column, item ID, name, company, phone, like this. And should have a flavor bracket, exclamation. So you are writing this program how? Through developer console. Close it. Developer console, I am writing this program. I can write this program through develop URL mode also. From here also I can write programs. I can write programs through URL also. So I can write like this. AP1 Salesforce slash apex slash VF AP1 and enter. Here VF page does not exist, it says. Okay? Page does not exist. Example, logout. So we created ID. What ID? 8P. So we write SFDC 8P at abc.com 9.1224. Create a Salesforce ID. To write a program, I can write from here also. Go to the URL apex slash my VF page. When you click enter, it gives an error. Page does not exist. If you want to write this at URL mode, to write a program at URL mode, so I want to write a program like this. So write program at URL. It's a URL mode. So go to apex, this one, apex slash something like this. When you write like this, first time you won't get this one. The reason is when you go for username, my settings, personal, advanced user details, is it? By default, the development mode is there, no? This is not enabled. For every user, the development mode is not enabled. At that time, if you write the, see, first time, go for AP2 Salesforce something. When you write apex slash my page something, page does not exist like it. When you go to the URL and apex slash my page, what error I am getting? Page does not exist. It gives an error. So to replace that error, what I have to write? Enable the development mode. You have to enable the development. To write program at URL mode, enable development mode. How to enable development mode? How to enable development mode? Go to username, my settings, and then my settings, personal, advanced user details, edit. That's a development mode. Check this. Development mode enable, click save. How to enable means go to username, my settings, personal, advanced user details, and here development mode. Enable the development mode. Now go to the URL. Now go to the URL. Go to the URL. Apex slash my VF page. Now this time we will create my page. Earlier it was displaying page does not exist, but now it won't display. Development mode. URL. You write this page. Let click here. It displays result. What is it? Create page. First time it displaying page does not exist, but now it's displaying create page. I want to create a page. Click create a page. When you click create a page, down, it's down, it displays the program. It's my program. Click this button. The left side corner is the it's left side corner, a page it displays. Apex colon page. What a program you write? Hello Apex. Once save it, it will show the output here. What I write here, it saves it. Control S, I can see the output. Control S. Yes. Got it. When you go for the Apex, the URL Apex slash via page 2. It displays page does not exist. Click this Jamin where SFPC 8p. I'm writing the program. I want to save the how to save the record. So when you create page, click left side corner button. When you click this left side corner button, it opens the page. Very good. Now you write the whatever programs now are written. How to save the record? Standard controller account. Apex colon com. Page block. Apex colon page block. Apex colon page block. Apex colon page block. Page block. Can you type it? Not one. Save it. I can see the output here in it. I don't want sidebar. Right sidebar. Enter. It says. In page block section. To display the records, I want to save the record. How to save? Apex colon input field. See, when you want to save the record, you take input field. Input field value equal to bracket exclamation account dot. Can I give ID? Does it give ID? ID who generates? Salesforce generates. So I cannot take ID as an input, no? While displaying, I can display ID. But while saving the record, only name, phone like that. I cannot give ID, no? ID generates. When you save the record, ID generates automatically. So here account dot name. Save. Name, phone. Increase the font. And font increase the font. I can use developer console or I can use this way. 1 year back there was no developer console. We used to write the programs here only. 2010 we used to write here only. 11 also here. In 12 mid onwards we changed this. But in developer console they added more options. Name, phone, city, billing city. Page is published. type required button to save the record. Text column, online button, all equal to submit. Action. And back to explanation. Check. Save is a standard function. Button is. So I can check line by line. Save, I can see the notebook. Enter the name. Roger, phone, city, line. Thank you. Button. It saves the record. The program name. You can write the program like this. Read my PF page like it's correct. When you click the left side corner where you can write the program. Similarly, I want to display list of records. How to display list of records? My page display. So page is not existing. So where I need to go? Click create page. My page. All these programs where it exists, let's go for setup. We go for develop. All my VF pages exist here. One page has been created. So now created 3 pages. In under ID 8P ID. Under 8P ID, when it is created, what is the version? We are using 33 version. If you have 2 years experience, then which version you have to use? Into the last 2 years you are having VF experience Salesforce. Which version you started means? It's the latest version, no? You put some 2 years experience, fake experience, then what version you used it there? That is the latest. 2 years back, when your career started from which version means? So 3 months back a new version will come. Every 3 months a new version is coming like that. So you calculate like that. How many years you are putting like that you do it. Okay. And created, when it's created date, all you can see. Last modified date. So to know list of programs, where I need to go? Setup, build, develop. To know the list of programs. To know list of VF pages, where I need to go? Setup, build, develop pages. Setup, build, develop pages. It displays page name, version, modified date, alright. VF page to display list of records using URL mode. Setup, build, develop pages. I can write a new page also here. To write develop pages, click new. To write new VF page. I can add page from here also. Go to pages, new. I can add VF page. Here also I can add the page. One mode, how you are written? Developer console. Second type is what? URL. Third mode, from here also. Test 1. Test. To run this program, click preview. Click preview. It shows an out. This is one way. To write program, you can write from URL. Everything should go to the browser. Everything should go to the browser. Go to setup, build, create. pages. That's a develop. Go to develop pages. VF pages with Apex classes. What are the Apex classes you created? What are the Apex classes you created? VF pages. List of VF pages what you created with all its class. Whatever program you saved it, all you can see it. To write a program to display list of records, how? Apex VF displays error, create page, write the program. Error. Now if you want to connect any program, any table, so you write standard controller account. So what is the Apex colon? Form. Is it? Then Apex colon page blocks. Display list of records. Apex colon page block section. But to display list of records, account table record should go to where? Record set. Here it's to display list of records, Apex colon page block table. Page block table has two properties: value equal to AREX, var equal to. You practice how I am typing in the same. Don't copy and paste. Don't copy and paste. If you copy and paste, you are testing my programs. It's already executed programs only, no? Don't test my programs. Most of people go to the document, copy and paste it. It runs the program. So you feel that it is successfully executed. Already executed programs, no? Don't test it. You write your own and test your programs. Apex colon value equal to. Like that you write account ID. But here you can copy. No. While writing, you can copy. Account dot ID, account dot name, item dot ID. Each record should refer with item. That's I can give any name, item or something. I can give any name. Item dot name, home. Don't say that. I can display the list of records. You can minimize that screen. It's a minimization. Can you click? I can edit. You write the program at URL mode. First you have to enable the development mode. To enable the development. Write VF page, display list of user. And display list of records. To display single record from VF page, from Salesforce to VF page, you require compulsory what? Record ID. So when you go for developer console VLAN, when you write a program to display single record, we have taken output field. Input field is to take an input. Output field is to display the record. Account.name, account.phone, city. Where you have to specify a record ID. You have to specify the record ID. Whichever record you want to specify, a unique record ID is generated. A 15 characters record ID is generated. That is depending on your ID, your location, database field, all it contains. Now, how to display multiple records from Salesforce to here? Display records from Salesforce to VF. Standard controller account. I want to display multiple objects. Can I display multiple objects here? I want to display account table as well as lead table. I cannot refer. And save it. See? Account lead does not. It's thinking that there is a table name account comma lead. It's saying that account lead does not exist. For example, if I give accounting, save it. Accounting does not exist. That is, there is no accounting table. We don't have accounting table. Our table name is account. So I cannot display multiple objects at a time. Got it. So refers to account table. Page block table display and apex column. And whatever record set, all the records goes to Arex. And through that page block table I am displaying this. So standard controller account, record set records. Standard controller refers to which table? Standard or custom objects. Refers to any object. Refers to only one object. Record set holds a temporary variable. Arex, it's a page block table Arex, and page block table to display list of records where value is there containing two attributes. And column is used to display which column. So it actually all the records are holding in Arex. All the records with all the fields. But which fields I want to display, I have to specify. Which fields I have to display is nothing but columns. Next. How to display lead object records onto VF page. So first we should know the object name. What are the fields? Last name, company, phone, like ID, name, created date. So we should write this thing. And give the standard control lead, record set LREX, page block section, LREX, ID names. No. Page block table internally as apex column. No. Page block table as internally columns, what columns? Apex column. We should not use output field here. Here we should use apex column. I cannot use apex column output field. Value point. What any special? Then not any. Use apex column. Page block table contains what? Apex column. Write program at URL mode. When you go to write a program at URL mode, page does not exist. First time it displays, page does not. So you have enable development mode. So to enable development mode, go to setup, properties, user, my settings. From here you have to set it. Only first time, not every time. Personal, advanced user details. Advanced user details. Development mode set. Click URL, result, create a page. So when you click left side corner button, click left side corner button. So writing a program to display list of records. Okay. To know list of VM page, then go for setup, build, develop pages. It's one more mode. This is third mode where I can write a program in third mode. Writing program, user, setup. In setup mode, I am writing this one. One is URL mode, one is developer console. There is another mode, Eclipse. That we'll see later how to write through Eclipse. When I develop pages, so develop pages. Right? Develop pages. Apex classes like this. What programs are created? What's the version? All it displays. And one more advantage here is when you go for development mode, URL mode, there is a component reference in this. It gives a list of what are the VF tags available, how we can use with the example, all it comes. You go for component reference. What are the VF tags? All VF tags. Now page block table we use Apex colon page block table. Page block. What is the page block? What are the attributes? How we can use that page block table with the syntax on it. With the example with each tag. Page block table with a list of components. What are the components? That's an attributes. Page block table has a value, where, like that, you can read the help. What are the attributes? What is that? How we can use that page block table? All it exists. How we can get it? When you are in URL mode, click component attributes. Click component reference and URL mode. You get all use VF tag. It's a component reference. So here you have the component reference. This part is component. When you click component reference, you can check it. Whichever element, whichever tag you want, you can check it. We have all the VF tags. We'll see. In our program, we'll see different types of tags, how to use it. But before that, I'm specifying what is the purpose of each tag. Copy and paste it. Let's say that it's given which page block table. What you do? Copy this. Copy that. Go to this. Paste here. Save. I can see the output. Account.context, nothing is there. Standard control, page block, account tag, variable tag, item.name. Whichever tag you want, you can specify. And component details, name, background color, border color, how you want to give. You can copy and paste, change the values in the page block table. I can change the color, I can change the border. That will see. That's all. Okay. Any doubts here? And next class we'll see custom. How to create custom table. How to create custom object, custom records, that all we'll see. In Monday class we'll see custom table. We have some other how to save the records. We use our Apex programming now. VF is how to present the data. Apex is processing the data. Then, look out. Please practice so that Monday will be very easy. Otherwise, it makes it difficult. I am displaying the single record. How to display page block table. URL mode, setup mode. have session tomorrow. Don't go for any books. We have a number of books are there, Salesforce books are there. Go to developer.force.com. We go for developer.force.com. We have tutorials are there. Workbook tutorials are there. Workbook tutorials. We have our own Visual Force page, Visual Force workbook and Apex workbook. Apex workbook. Visual Force. You read this, but if you read this book, it makes confusion. First complete the course training, whatever I discussed, please practice, then read this book. You can read this book within one day. If you read, it makes confusion. When there is a time, you read this. But first complete our classroom concepts, whatever we discussed, then read them. Workbooks. Follow these books only. Done? Thank you. Any thoughts?